Eloy focuses on a niche part of technology called multi-vehicle coordination. This is how we orchestrate the movement of vehicles across the road network. Multi-vehicle coordination in Eloy's perspective is a digital format. How do you make these types of intervention to drivers that help make roads more efficient, safer, less congestion, and hopefully in the long run, less pollution? Most of our focus is on our cloud software and our artificial intelligence-based solutions. That sits on the cloud and that's made available more as a business-to-business type interaction, so we will be invisible to lots of users. But they might use our app, or they might use other apps or in-car technologies to use our technology. Eloy's focus at the moment is making sure we have a connected human driver. However, automated vehicles will need extra information to communicate, so a binary signal telling one autonomous vehicle to stop and wait and the other one to proceed can help them make better decisions on the roads. For example, there might be some roadworks going on. It might not be something that a system has learnt, but if a broadcast signal is made available to them, those self-driving vehicles can navigate around that road obstruction better. So our testing for the Zenzic CAM Scale-Up has been both at UTAC Millbrook Proving Ground as well as Assured Cav Hariba Myra. Both those proving grounds have what's called a city course. So we send 10 cars clockwise at intervals and 10 cars anti-clockwise at intervals. On that 1 mile loop, we've made 5 narrow sections. And so then you have these stop-goes pretty much going off every 5 to 10 seconds. Today at Millbrook, we're having a morning session and an afternoon session. The aim of the morning is to test our app as an intervention as drivers down narrow country lanes. As they got to these narrow bits, some drivers were receiving stop messages because cars were coming the other way.
Please stop at the next passing point.
They would stop and wait, and as the other car went through the narrow bit, that driver who was waiting gets a go signal and they proceed forwards.
Please proceed.
The aim there is to stop cars meeting on a narrow bit. Now this afternoon we're creating our sort of replicating base case scenario with no app interventions. The apps are in the car to track the drivers, but they're not getting any stop or go messages. So what we expect to see is these traffic jams form quite quickly, cars clog up and then cars have to reverse, and we should see slower lap times plus also driver frustration as they go around the course.
We've done a lot of simulations. We've spent a couple of weeks training our AI, but we needed to get it out into the real world, and obviously we can't test on real roads with real people because it's dangerous, so having these opportunities to test at a place like Millbrook means we can do it in a safe and controlled environment. We can collect a lot of data. What the Zenzic CAM Scale-Up has given us the opportunity to start moving through those phases, and so being able to have opportunities to do 20 cars in a controlled environment with professional drivers has just been absolutely fantastic, and something we wouldn't really have been able to do without Zenzic. Not just the kind of the grant money, but the support as well they've given us has been absolutely fantastic.
The Zenzic CAM Scale-Up has certainly met all our expectations from the start. We feel we've achieved everything we really needed. So from that, it's been absolutely excellent. The challenge for us now is how do we leverage it forward? How do we really start scaling up? How do we get into our phase 3 and phase 4 testing with hundreds and thousands of vehicles? But then also the gravitas from the Zenzic CAM Scale-Up is opening up more commercial opportunities. We see a lot of value in getting into fleets of vehicles. And the other use case for us is getting to events and festivals. How can we reduce that chronic traffic around those big public events? And again, the Zenzic CAM Scale-Up has helped us build partnerships in that sector as we look to build out those pilots that can have hundreds of vehicles to test the software and hopefully then reduce traffic around these events in the future. The Eloy team has had a fantastic time on the Zenzic CAM Scale-Up, and any other SME looking to join in the future should grasp it with both hands. The ability to test at test beds and get that wide wealth of experience into your idea is really, really valuable. But also there's lots of knowledge about what can be commercial. One of the test beds suggested us that we think about fleets a little bit more readily, and then that's actually proved to be a really good path for us to follow. And just because they've got that deep experience of seeing maybe similar technology, but also seeing adjacent technology and knowing what's generally worked for other businesses has been really useful.